Welcome back once again to Comic Studio, and where today we're still absolutely going to be for Cyberchase, as we're going to do this for Cyber Hype as well. So instead of for the letter H as well, so let's continue browsing Cyber Hype. So we still has possible that we still absolutely exist around for cyber hype as well. So it still have absolutely many more of those things, and especially we got for some sort of characters as well, and they are finally being released like anything as well for some sort of a season 4, and multiple of episodes had been released just right now as well. So even for just like anything as well, and for some sort of like those things have just continued to working on multiple episodes as well. So unfortunately there must be some sort of numbers adventures comic studio, but what about for some sort of a chase as well? So even for it's actually going to be cyber hype cookies as well. I mean cyber hype for some sort of episodes as well. But instead of episodes, let's try for a cyber chase, which is we're not going to get scammed as really before. Let's try to do this as well. So we're gonna be jumping in to Cyberchase Comic Studio before that doesn't even going to get scammed like anything that it wasn't doing this before. So even for the Cyberchase Shape quest was actually going to be for some sort of those things or such as game. So even before this, that we're not gonna be let me explain and about for this only one moment. And if this is not going to be such as going to take a little bit longer, as we just check it around for some sort of characters, we're not going to be getting scammed until something is actually going to be scammed, as possibly for this further multiple seconds and minutes around here, and for causing around for many hours. So looks like we're gonna be jumping into Cyberchase Comic Studio right away. And let's just get into this thing as well, shall we? So here we are in Cyber Hype, no scams whatsoever, as we're gonna be starting around with the heroes is actually from them on as well. So I'm probably going to be showing the spoilers on, as we're gonna be using for some sort of a submitted sprites. It was actually nothing here. It was actually nothing here as well. So we're gonna be starting around for the characters first, and that does not able to be getting scammed at all, as you could look at this for this thing as well. For the Cyberchase Comic Studio look like this, and probably that unfortunately that the banner was even for low quality. So we got for something like an unexpected like those things as well. We can't use for the studio crossovers, so let's start with multiple characters as well, and such as multiple little children as well. Even they're a little bit of high quality as well. And so this is the main master of some sort of a head as well. And that must be for its one little thing. And the friends automobiles should be like this. And the next one could be villains as well. So here it is. There must be some sort of aliens as well. And the boss. And this person, one incident from right over here. And we got for some sort of a witch from over here. And finally, we got for some sort of for villains group. And it's gonna be over here somewhere. So, and the others could be not like those things. So we have for a little bit of chef as well. Another person. And multiple of those guys as well. Not between them. And it's going to be for really a lot of them as well. So That must be for some sort of like these things as well. And probably sure that you noticed that Cyberchase is owned by PBS Kids Nirvana as well. This is owned by PBS Kids Nelvana 13 WNet. Thanks to Cyberchase Wiki and Google for the images. Whoa, yes. Probably to do this whatsoever, as we're gonna be trying to making things for a little bit itself. We got more too as well. And we did it actually being loaded as well for such as 2 as well. So I might gonna be right back into for some sort of for one thing. So I won't be able to be close if I'm probably gonna be added for more characters as well. The next thing could be for these a little bit of props. That must be for a little bit for a space background or some sort of space junks all over to do this as well. So even we're gonna be putting out our next video as well, but not even for these things as well. Even for the space junk is going to be doing to do this selves, and this is actually going to be for such as the same. It's all the same as really as possible, and not for some sort of for the effects as well, except the backgrounds. So we know these background things are just really like this one as heroes as well. So even before that is not going to be slightly for the first thing, as we have for some sort of for the backgrounds like anything it goes. Villains. Now we absolutely might have like a mines, and for the other stadiums, and like anything it goes from around the world, or like itself for one island that I just quickly added on, and for some like those things. And this is the map that we got for such as critically Pyre, Hangar, the Enna Forest, Eco Valley, North Point, Mystic Meadow, and Muddy Marsh. And what about for these things as well? Looks like this map was full of even so bigger as well. And it was actually the northern frontier, the home of the hacker. We can't live here without for trying to do this, like anyways, for trespassings. And we got for some sort of big things as well, the waterfalls and the faraway desert. And the others was actually also really here as well. Even for that many of those things as well, the cities, the houses like full of snow, and many other things like appear for these characters as well. So we're just gonna be pretty add to do this as well, even for some sort of an automobiles as well. And I'm pretty sure that was all the quirks and features. And let's just gonna be doing for some sort of for the studio crossovers, instead of Friday Night Funkin characters that should be able to be added on, maybe we should be able to add it for something further we do. That unfortunately, that according to this screen as well, with a Iva Robot Links Comic Studio as well, it should be for some sort of Sonic the Hedgehog Comic Studio as well. That unfortunately that doesn't exist anymore, but it changed the banner into this. And maybe ruined to do this as well, being removed some of the Sonic Hedgehog sprites as well. Especially for one thing as well. We can't able to do for just what I just keep on adding using for Cookie Run Comic Studio. Nothing especially for that. It takes so much many minutes to do this, as well as we're gonna be added one more, as we're seeing the results is actually really here. As we include Cookie Run characters and the NPCs as we included, including for some sort of a sports car and a muscle car over here for around here. As we just actually going to be looking around for the results, we added boats already, and we probably were almost going to be for to do this as well. before we're gonna be end of this video, let's just going to be read about for all 6 clips to do this. So the first thing, the kids have just time travel for their way because it's actually rare being in space as well. And another one, that the villains are in the time realm, and a person isn't going to be driving like the sports car, like the Dodge Challenger from the Breaking Bad as well. I'm pretty sure that does not pretty for resisted like those things as well. For such as Breaking Bad reference, we got a boat over here. There was 2 tugboats over here, so even for another one isn't like a tugboat anyways. The real tugboat, it was actually for this as well, and for some sort of an island as well, and for some sort of a town we got for a 458 Italia or Speciality as well. And it's actually, there must be the Stig, that was nothing is gonna be driven around with this Ferrari like anyways. And the last clip should be like anything as well, with all for some sort of, for the modern citizens, a supercar cookie, aloe cookie, and one mysterious villain over here near outside of the factory itself, or what it is, some sort of a station or something. And finally, that should be the end of this video, but we're not going to be showing for some drafts. It's really possible that able to be shown as anyways. So even though we're looking for like anything as backgrounds itself, was pretty a lot to do this, what I never explained to get around it. So for many more as for the backgrounds as well to do this as well. So anyways, if you're probably just going to be trying to find out for this only for one moment, the link is going to be in description below. And especially, this is actually what I just pretty able to be shown for like anyways to do this as well. Including the main website is actually in description, but apparently that could be thanks for watching itself. And it won't be taking around for so long over here, and much minutes to load around for many more images as well. And we're not gonna be looked around for dudes to do this as well. So eventually that was all for the case, like I probably able to do so, that I'm going to be seeing you in another video. And I hopefully this is actually going to be for one thing, I guess. Especially like for you, like anything it goes, there must be a dark moon, like anything it goes. So I'll be see you in a moment for another video as well. And I'm gonna be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads all later.